Titleist has new sets of irons and wedges at the PGA Show 2024. John Daly here with the golfdirector.com, and we are getting the lowdown from Guinness World Book record holder for One Club Championships, Thad Daber, who is also a Titleist staff golf professional.
All right, Thad, we got some new irons here from Titleist. Tell me about them.
Yeah, we sure do. New for 2024 are the Titleist T-Series irons. And they start off with the T100 iron, which is a tour blade, more of a traditional blade, smaller. Moving up into the T150, which is more of a faster iron, faster speed off of the blade. The T200 is the player's distance iron. And you notice we get into a little more of a muscle back, but yet it's still a cavity back because there's a hollow part of the inside there that will give you faster speed off the iron. Then moving into the T350 iron is more of a game improvement iron, heel-toe weighting, cavity back, producing a little higher trajectory for the amateur players. And then the T400 is sort of a hybrid type iron with a cavity back. Super distance, you get much higher launch angle for the amateurs.
Okay, so really they've got a whole range for all types of golfers.
Yeah, they basically got a design and a concept for every style golfer there is, from the strong player that has a tremendous club head speed all the way out to the senior that has maybe a little lesser speed, who wants to get the ball in the air and more forgiveness in the irons.
And that's the beauty of Titleist. They cover so many different things, even, pros like yourself or other people who are maybe like 20 handicaps.
They've always been the number one blade and golf ball on the market, and they continue to grow with that technology.
Okay, let's go to the wedges, the part of my game that I need desperately.
Absolutely. Well, new for 2024 with Titleist is the new Bob Vokey SM 10 milled irons, wedges. The difference mainly is there's a huge array of lofts and lies and grinds. And by grind, I mean bottom of the sole. You can see some of them have more of a wider bounce on the bottom there. Others have more of a sharper grind. So you've got the T, the M, the F grind, and the S, D, and K grind. So you've got a club for all type of conditions, whether it's soft, where you need the bounce on the club. If for somebody who wants to get the ball in the air a little higher, they're going to go to a much shallower grind on the bottom that will kind of pinch the ball, more spin related.
So that would be the K grind that you would go to if you want to get it up in the air.
Harder conditions, harder ground conditions, closely mown grass, a lot of things like that. So basically every wedge for every types of conditions, and you'll see the tour players play with a varying selection of these, depending on what the conditions are, depending on what their type of swing reacts and what kind of trajectory they want the ball on. So The technology has really grown so much in the wedge game now that it's quite fascinating.
Well, and really it's very personalized when you get down to it, especially for amateur players. So if I'm an amateur player and I'm trying to figure this out, what do I do? Do I need to go out there and hit some chips and then figure out, or do I need to figure out what my trajectory is or what type of a chipper I am?
You need to go through the fitting with your PGA professional to determine what your shot pattern, what kind of shot you're trying to produce, and what your swing really translates into. So with the grinds, you can see on this here that the T grind, has the more of a rounded back. You get into the F grind where it's more of a very thin bottom, sharper bottom. You get into the S and D grind for more of a steeper attack. So a guy that hits really down on the ball and for more forgiveness. You guys that get the guys who are pickers or sweepers, they're going to much more like these grinds here, because you've got the bounce on the bottom that helps you with the ground.
Now, to me, this is the most important part of somebody's golf game, because I don't care how good you hit the ball, but if you can't get up and down, and this is the up and down club right here.
Absolutely. The short game is where it's at. That's the scoring area. There's basically a wedge all the way from a 48-degree loft to a 62-degree loft, with different types of bounce and control on the bottom as well too. So there's a wide array in there to accomplish what you need to in the bag during a round of golf.
And it all depends upon what your game is, and you get a good choice here.
But the Vokey wedges are where it's at as far as short game.
And that is right about that. Now, to get more on these irons and wedges, go to the Titleist website. Here it is. And check out thegolfdirector.com for all your golf and golf industry news and videos, press releases, and advanced digital and social media marketing. Again, it's thegolfdirector.com. More coming from the PGA Show.